a little bit more with CDPHE just on their methodologies. And then they have some work to do with the tenants to make sure the tenants have an opportunity to view their sites. That's a really important piece. And then we'll see moving towards the site to start the demolition project. And it's likely to happen in two phases is what needs to happen. We need to take down the beam and the firewall first so that we can finalize testing on the bottom to just complete the methodology we need to do for the asbestos testing. There's been a lot of testing of the site already, so we know we're pretty confident that there's nothing outward facing that is an asbestos risk or a risk of anything else in particular at the moment. But they need to finish. That's an important part of this. So the goal would generally be get this phase one project done so that WeCycle, who's the contractor doing some of the asbestos work, they can finish the testing work and then we can continue to take the building down. But we've been working with CDPHE. One of the things that we were concerned about is one of the methodologies, if you treat the whole building as asbestos, is you have to pretty well soak it with mag chlor, and it's really close to the creek. And so that's a problem. Like it's just kind of a wicked problem. Like we have two issues that are equally important there. But we've worked with CDPHE on a solution for the water that will work for Boulder, for City of Boulder, and for us, where it's not augmented or whatever. It's not water. It's not got anything in it, I guess. And so I think for the most part, we're to the point where it is moving along. Sometimes projects like this take even longer than this. So I think we're, as terrible as it has been for our community, we're so lucky that it is being able to be wrapped up. But I have seen initial conceptual designs for what will happen there. That's a project Britt and I, we need to work on just in case it comes to planning commission and all of that thing. But I think that their team is intending to keep the project moving too. They want to get through the demolition for the same reasons that we all do. And then they do want to continue working to think about what the next iteration on that site will be. So I just wanted to give you guys an update because I know it's been a pretty big conversation and it's hard to know what's happening. There's a lot of stories about what's happening.
I was gonna say the rumors are flying.
What's happening is that we're just trying to, there's been some complicated methodologies required for this building. And so I am very hopeful that we'll see, excavators on that site very soon. And I think, as kind of cryptic as I am, I suppose, I think the key is just making sure that it stays safe, like that everybody's safe as it comes down. And it's not the greatest situation right now. It's a little bit dangerous, just the way that beam is sitting on top of everything. So.
And then the other thing that I wanted to just make light of, because I saw it as I was posting on Facebook today, is the fire department is regularly releasing like press releases on like updates that they get from ATF and also like what ATF realistic timelines look like. I don't think people realize like it can take it can take a year, it can take a long time for a fire report to be done because of the investigation that goes into it. And then also when they get pulled away to other projects. And so the fire department has been getting a lot of kind of like horror requests essentially for some more of this information. And so I would recommend telling your friends to like, just to get educated and by going through their Facebook and on their website to just see those releases they have. They're going to also, town is going to get notified as well, but they are actively also checking in with those parties and vice versa. And so they're just trying to put out a lot of educational pieces to eliminate some of those rumors because we can only move as fast as we're allowed. And so I think that's something that a lot of people, there's been conflicts of like, oh, they have the report, you're ready to go. And like, there's not a lot of these things that have completely been wrapped up. And so I just thought it was a really good like educational piece they posted out today. And they also have like a whole section on it on Caribou Fire resources, Lakeview Fire resources. And so you can go on their page as well if you just want to kind of go back and forth, but you can always reach out to us too.
Hopefully we will all see movement.
Yeah, we are ready. Checks have been cut. I'm just making sure, like you said, all T's are crossed and I's are dotted before I give that out. Cause I just want to make sure we're being safe.
I think that's a very wise idea.
Yes, but I am ready. And they have done something else that was part of that phase one, from what I understood, is those piles up front have also been tested. And so the beam and those piles initially could be taken care of. It's how I've been, correct me if I'm wrong, but those have been heavily tested.
We're going to use it's called the Louisville methodology, but it's from the Marshall Fire because there's similar conditions. And so there is an existing methodology to do what we're doing.
Hmm.
And it just sometimes the context of the site just dictates a little bit of a special.
And the
response.
location.
But-
So sensitive location.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I appreciate that. Is there anything that anybody has? Other than this, I have one thing.
I did have one quick question. We're talking about fire, like
Yeah.
maybe a year ago, we talked about high visibility signs
Mhm.
that the fire department had requested.
Yes,
Are those available? I don't remember hearing about it for a long.
The
time.
address, Mark?
the address.
Yeah,
sign-
yeah.
Can get it at Ace Hardware.
Ace
Okay,
Hardware.
Ace Hardware. Okay, great.
Yes, I know they constantly look for if
Yeah.
there are any kind of like grants that come up, because sometimes we'll have to
Right.
reach out.
Fantastic.
And, but they're, like, as they're going on
Yep.
calls or people are doing new projects, we're trying to enforce those as those
Fantastic.
happen.
Great.
But also keep in mind that like, yeah, maybe a couple of bucks, but a couple of bucks is a lot right now to anyone.
Yeah.
And so just making sure that they have the resources of where they can get them, or like Andrew's constantly looking, is there a cheaper place or something along
Great.
that lines?
Great, thank
So,
you.
yeah, absolutely.
Anything else? Okay, I just wanted to take a minute to recognize Roger Cornell's service to the community and the planning commission. I don't know if everybody here knows that he started serving on the planning commission in 1986. That's 40 years. 40 years of continuous service. And he served as a commissioner, as a trustee, as the mayor pro tem, and for many years as the commissioner of the planning commission. He was here for all four comprehensive plans that have been done since this town is in the town. He was here to help for fires. He was here to guide my wife, was somebody who was a mentor and helped her during that time. And he also mentored me and other new members and helped kind of guide us along and was the institutional knowledge for a very long time in our community. I really appreciate how, and you saw, he never was somebody who wanted to shortchange the process. If anything, he wanted to do an even longer process to make sure that all aspects had been really looked at. And so I just want, as you see him, thank him. And he's off, handling, doing his other things and traveling and doing fun stuff. But I don't think there'll probably be another person that has 40 years of leadership and impact on a small community like he has in the town, because I don't think I'll be still serving here for 40 years. So Roger, if you happen to look at this recording, thank you. Thank you for your.
We also circulate a thank you card.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to sign it. Other than that,
Motion to adjourn?
All right, is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Meeting
Thanks,
adjourns
all.
at
Thank you, everybody.